Hello everybody, today we're about to embark on a visual journey to one of the most incredible cities you'll ever have the privilege of exploring. Get ready to have your minds blown because we're diving headfirst into the heart and soul of Japan, Kyoto. From breathtaking temples and zen gardens to bustling markets and some of the most incredible food you'll ever taste, Kyoto is a sensory overload in the best way possible. So buckle up, smash that like button, and get ready to explore 10 reasons why Kyoto needs to be at the very top of your travel bucket list. One of the biggest reasons people flock to Kyoto is for those iconic temples and shrines, and let me tell you, they do not disappoint. We're talking over 1,600 temples and shrines. First up, you gotta hit up Kinkakuji, also known as the Golden Pavilion. This place is literally covered in gold leaf. Imagine this, you standing there, the sun reflecting off the golden temple shimmering on the water, and then there's Fushimi Inari Shrine, you know, the one with those thousands of vibrant red torii gates winding up the mountainside. The best time to go is definitely early morning, like really early before the crowds hit. But honestly, even if you just stumble upon random temples as you're exploring, you're in for a treat. Every corner you turn in Kyoto seems to lead to some hidden gem, whether it's a peaceful Zen garden or a towering pagoda. It's an Instagrammer's paradise, but also, it's good for the soul, you know? Let's talk about the true heart and soul of Kyoto, the culture. This city is steeped in history and tradition, and it's everywhere you look. We're talking geishas gracefully gliding through the streets, ancient tea ceremonies that will blow your mind, and festivals that'll transport you back in time. If you really want to immerse yourself, you gotta check out Gion, the city's geisha district. Renting a kimono and strolling through the streets of Kyoto is basically a rite of passage. Kyoto is all about slowing down, appreciating the little things, and connecting with the present moment. It's about finding beauty in simplicity, whether it's the perfectly crafted cup of matcha or the delicate art of calligraphy. Kyoto's beauty doesn't stop at the temples and the culture. This city is surrounded by some of the most stunning natural landscapes you'll ever see. If you're lucky enough to visit during cherry blossom season, prepare yourself for a real-life fairy tale. The city transforms into a pink paradise with blossoms lining the streets, the canals, literally everywhere you look. One spot you absolutely cannot miss is the Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. Imagine this, you're walking down a path surrounded by these towering bamboo stalks swaying gently in the breeze. The sunlight filters through the leaves, creating this otherworldly glow. You can go from bustling markets to peaceful mountain trails in a matter of minutes. It's the perfect balance. Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food. Get ready to loosen your belts, people, because Kyoto is a foodie's paradise. From Michelin-starred restaurants to street food stalls that'll rock your world, this city has something to satisfy every craving. Now if you're feeling fancy, you gotta try kaiseki, Kyoto's traditional multi-course dining experience. It's not just a meal, it's an art form. But don't worry, you don't have to break the bank to eat well in Kyoto. Head over to Nishiki Market, the city's famous food market, and prepare for a sensory overload. Oh, and if you're a matcha lover, you're in for a real treat. Kyoto is matcha heaven. Okay, we need to talk about the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove because this place deserves its own chapter. Imagine walking into a scene from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Towering bamboo stalks reaching towards the sky, sunlight filtering through the leaves, creating this ethereal glow. It's like stepping into another world. Maybe it's the way the wind whispers through the bamboo, or the sunlight dappling the forest floor. You can walk for what feels like miles, surrounded by these towering green giants. It's the perfect place to clear your head, escape the city noise, and just be present in the moment. Plus, it's ridiculously Instagrammable. Pro tip, get there early. This place gets packed with tourists, so if you want that serene, almost spiritual experience, you gotta beat the crowds. Trust me, it's worth it. Alright, history buffs, this one's for you. Kyoto wasn't always just a city of temples and bamboo forests. For over 1,000 years, it was the capital of Japan, and it's got the castles and palaces to prove it. First up, you gotta check out Nijo Castle. This place is like walking into a samurai movie. It was built back in the 1600s by one of the most powerful shoguns in Japanese history, and it's full of secret passageways, hidden rooms, and these crazy nightingale floors that chirp when you walk on them. They were designed to alert the shogun to intruders. Then, there's the Kyoto Imperial Palace, which is way more zen than Nijo Castle. It's surrounded by these beautiful gardens and ponds, and it's the perfect place to escape the city bustle and just chill. Even if you're not a history buff, these places are worth checking out. They're just so grand and impressive, and they give you a real sense of Kyoto's long and fascinating history. if you really want to experience Kyoto like a boss, you gotta ditch the hotels and check into a traditional ryokan. These are basically Japanese-style inns, and they're the real deal. Imagine this. You're walking into a room with tatami mat floors, sliding paper doors, and a low table with a steaming pot of green tea waiting for you. You change into a comfy yukata, that's a light cotton robe, and then head down to the onsen, which is a traditional Japanese bathhouse. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, you're not about to tell me to go full-on naked in a public bathhouse, are you? And the answer is, yes, I am. It's part of the experience, people. And honestly, after the initial awkwardness wears off, it's actually incredibly relaxing. Even if you're not down with the whole naked bathing thing, a stay at a ryokan is still worth it. It's just such a unique and authentic experience, and it'll give you a whole new appreciation for Japanese culture. One of the best things about Kyoto is that it's super easy to get to other awesome places in Japan. We're talking bullet trains, baby. So, if you're looking for a little side adventure, hop on a train and check out some of Kyoto's neighbors. First up, you gotta visit Nara. It's just a quick train ride away, and it's home to hundreds of friendly wild deer that roam freely around the park. These deer will literally bow to you for food. It's the cutest thing ever. Then there's Osaka, which is basically Japan's food capital. We're talking takoyaki, okonomiyaki, kushikatsu, all the delicious things you can imagine. Plus, Osaka's got a really cool, vibrant nightlife scene. And if you have a little more time, you can even do a day trip to Hiroshima, which is a sobering but important place to visit. After all that temple hopping, bamboo forest wandering, and street food devouring, you're probably in need of a little downtime. And there's no better place to find your zen than on the Philosopher's Path. This scenic canal-side path winds its way through Kyoto's northern Higashiyama district, and it's named after a famous Japanese philosopher who used to walk this path every day while he was meditating. It's the perfect place to take a break from the city bustle, enjoy the scenery, and just let your mind wander. The path is lined with cherry trees that explode with blossoms in the spring, and there are tons of little cafes and shops where you can grab a coffee or a souvenir. It's the perfect way to recharge your batteries after a long day of exploring. So what makes Kyoto so special? Why should you drop everything and book a flight right now? It's simple, really. Kyoto is the perfect blend of old and new. On the one hand, you've got thousands of years of history and tradition, from ancient temples to traditional tea ceremonies. On the other hand, you've got modern skyscrapers, high-speed bullet trains, and a vibrant art and culture scene. Kyoto is a city that embraces its past while looking towards the future, and that's what makes it so unique and so special. It's a place where you can experience the best of both worlds, all in one incredible city. So there you have it, folks. 10 reasons why Kyoto should be at the top of your travel bucket list. From ancient temples and stunning natural beauty to incredible food and a culture that's both modern and steeped in tradition, Kyoto truly has it all. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more travel adventures, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comments down below if you've ever been to Kyoto or if it's on your travel bucket list. Until next time, peace out.